So you have probably seen these before, probably used these before. I hate these things. I think these are ruining a lot of people's experience with fragrance because they spray these on paper, their fragrance on paper, and the paper is not a neutral grounds for scent. These absorb oils, these change oils. Some notes will be more noticeable, some will be less noticeable, and they don't give you a true picture of what actually the scent is doing. So my alternative has always been a glass spoon. Now this is actually better in most ways to the paper. The paper will be one use only. These you can use forever. This will change your fragrance depending on the ingredients and concentrations, etc. This will do nothing but be a surface, a neutral surface for you to spray. And because it has, this is a so-called tea or coffee spoon, I believe. So it has a very, very slight concave spoon-ish bend. So it's almost flat, but not quite, which gives a good surface area for spraying and a good surface area for smelling. Cleaning of this is just putting it in warm water and a drop of soap. That's it. Completely neutral again. Also, for holding them, I use these things, inexpensive, simple things. So I'm going to give you a short just demonstration of the differences. So let's say you're going to spray. I brought out my Terre de Hermes Intense, or the Parfum de Intense, which is beautiful, clean, earthy fragrance. I love this fragrance. I instantly bought it when I smelled it in the store, and I do not regret it at all. You can see I've already used it quite a lot. Loving it. Anyways, so you've probably seen this done 100 times, but yeah, oil everywhere. That just happens when you spray. It doesn't matter if you're spraying on car or yourself. And this smells nothing like this anymore. I get soap. And I can't even, this is two completely different scents from card and atomizer. All the nuances are gone. And then I go with my spoon. Now, depending on what I want, I use the concave in or concave out. I use the concave in most because it sort of gathers, and so we do the same thing, one spray, and then we just keep it so the spoon doesn't sort of, you don't tip it over. And now it just smells like the atomizer. There's no difference. It's a little strong because all the alcohol is still evaporating. It takes a little longer to evaporate the alcohol in this because the alcohol doesn't stick to the card. There's no card, so you have to let it evaporate a little bit more. Now the alcohol is almost gone. Now all that lava smell that's in this fragrance that's just added to the original Terre d'Hermes is coming out beautifully. I can smell the vetiver, woods, aromatic. I can smell the lava, that sort of soapy. I had a shower gel that smelled like lava when I was younger. And that is the exact same note. This smells exactly the same on the spoon as it does on the atomizer. And because I only sprayed the inside concave, you can literally put your nose up to it on the other side and just smell it, and you will have fragrance from around it. Yeah, this is a superior way, in my opinion, to smell fragrances. And these are super cheap and they're infinitely reusable. These cards I'm slightly getting that lava note. Not anywhere near like this. And it has changed to something different. The woody and earthy part isn't the same as in the bottle. Doesn't smell right. This smells like it's gone bad or something. There's something wrong with it. And this just smells like fresh right out of the bottle. And because this is going to be hard to show you, but because there's no absorption, you can literally see the oils. Yeah, you can sort of see that it's sort of rough. That is literally the oils on the spoon. So when you spray, you can actually see how much oil there is, because when the alcohol evaporates, the oils become visible. Glass or ceramics, perfect for this. I chose glass because cheap. I paid, what did I pay? Like $4 for for 5 of these. So less than $1 each. And they smell better, they look better, they have more substance, unlike this flimsy, flappy thing that just bends and flaps and everything. And if you spray one side, you can just put it on the table, because all the oils is on the upper side. It won't go through. How is this not better? I wish people would stop using that damn paper shit and start using something that's actually neutral to the scent. This still smells exactly like it did coming out of the bottle, because there's nothing interacting with the oils. It's just the oil are just dispersing naturally. If you want to keep using those, perfect. I won't blame you. But personally, after trying it with glass spoons, I will never go back. This is a game changer. You smell more, it smells better. You can observe visually how much oil there is in the formula. You see how much comes out of the bottle, and then you see how much ends up on the spoon. And when it evaporates, you can literally see the oils. So one of the fragrances that I have sprayed on this that lasted 7 days before I changed it was Ciroso from Profumo and Roma. I only have a sample of it. This is too sweet for me, but I wanted to show it to my mother because this smells like something we used to have for dessert. And so she was here. I sprayed it on one spray on the glass spoon, and 7 days later, my entire room still smelled like this. So with the exception of dust, this won't change. This won't be a problem. Keep it upside down. The oil part is now there. Dust settles on the top. The scent will still rise. So if you have a heat source, keep this close to the heat source and just keep it upside down. And this will just waft through the air. It will fill the room. But yeah, this will now, if I spray like 2 or 3 times with this on this spoon and then just keep it in the room, the entire, a small-ish room will smell for days and days. So this is a nice like room, for room scents. If you just want to have a nice scent in the room, try it and you will never go back to the paper. And I recommend you walk around with spoons in your pocket, because these are glass and they will break if you keep a lot of them in your pocket. But for just sitting at home trying samples, like if you get a sample, you have no idea who made it, you have no idea what it is, don't put it on skin first. You may not like it, it may be terrible. Spray it on the glass. If you don't like it, rinse it off. Done. If you like it, spray it on your skin. Now you can test it for real. And that is basically what I use spoons for, is for the first test before going to skin. And I always test on skin on my arm, a little area first, to see that I don't have a reaction. And then I can start wearing it and sampling it for real. So this is like a 3-step process for me for every fragrance. And I don't want to start with paper, because paper changes the fragrance too much. I'm just done with paper. So unless I'm in a store, I will always use a glass spoon. Also, when I'm done, I can just keep it in the room and the room will smell of whatever I'm wearing, so, or whatever is on the spoon. So instead of wearing the scent to get a feel of it, I can keep this in a room. The room will smell for a couple of days. Every time I get into the room and go out of the room, I will smell that scent. And I've had like 5 of this in 5 different rooms with 5 different scents. Works perfectly fine. Some scents are of course stronger than others, so there will be a difference of how much you have to spray and how long it lasts, but it's also a good way to just find out how long something lasts, because this will last for exactly as long as the oil evaporates or disperses. So if it takes 5 days for this to go away, then you have a benchmark for 5 days, and then you go to something like Cerizo, which took 7 days before I just had to clean it off because my entire room smelled like vanilla chocolate pudding. And for my entire living room to smell like that from one spray from this tester, it was getting a little bit sickening. So yeah, this lasts a long time. I know that because it lasts a long time. This lasts pretty much a long time, 5 days easily. So if you then spray something that is pure citrus, I did, for example, with Aqua Allegoria from Guerlain, the Orangia, the orange scent. I can't remember the name of it. That lasted like 2.5 days. Then the scent was kind of gone, which makes sense because it's a citrus natural scent. And this gives you more neutral grounds to test a lot of things: longevity, projection. You get the actual scent of the fragrance itself, no skin, no paper, no nothing. It can easily be reused, it can easily be reapplied. All you have to do to clean it is a quick rinse done. Rubbing alcohol or cleaning alcohol makes it even faster because it just destroys the oils and everything is clean. You can just rinse, spray, wipe, and rinse, and this will be completely clean. It takes like 3 seconds to clean it. Okay, maybe not 3 seconds, maybe 10 seconds to clean it. This is not recyclable. You can't put this in recycling and get new paper out of this. This is just garbage that's going to be burned. This will never go in the garbage as long as you don't break it. It'll last. This will outlast you by centuries, maybe even thousands of years. So that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I have to say. I don't know how many people will even try it, but I strongly urge you to try. Hope you learned something. Hope it gave some inspiration for you and for maybe changing up your routine for testing fragrances. The first thing I did when I started using these was go through my entire collection and realizing how much more fun it is to test something on spoons than on paper. And like I said, this shit, never again.